Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. All right, told y'all I ran out of chicken feed, so I got off work, went straight by the farmer seed and feed place here in town where I normally buy my feed, and they're supposed to close at 5:30, and at 8 minutes after 5, they were closed. So I had to go to Tractor Supply and get some, and I bought another bag of that 25-pound organic, 20% protein, so it's got a higher protein content. It costs more than the 50-pound bags, but I'm not planning on feeding them this every day anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and, I know the baby chick feeders in the first pen, they're going to be fine. And yeah, I'm pointing in the right spot over there. And the middle two pens are probably going to be out, if not out, very, very close to it. So I'm going to take the bag in there with me and one of my little baskets and collect the eggs and get the feeders filled. So, all right. So with these microphones, I can talk to y'all as I walk away. I don't know if it's how far it'll pick them up, but we're going to find out. All right, I don't see an egg from the little barnyard mix in here today, which means I don't have to go in there at all. So we're going to get this one done. Yeah, it's not empty, but it's about 95% empty. I'm going to use my Fisker scissors to cut this bag open. It's only 25 pounds, so it's not as bad as in big 50-pound bags as far as me being able to handle it. So, all right, this one's full. And get the hardware cloth that I put on them back on top. I forgot to bring the basket. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs. Looks like one of them got busted today. It's wet down there in this first part of the nesting box. I always check the ground to see if there's any eggs down there, and I don't see any. So since I forgot the basket, I have to go back for the eggs. And I did throw them scratched before I even started the video. I threw all 3 pens. Yep, this one is about 98% empty. So not anymore. It's full now. These feeders are supposed to hold 10 pounds. I don't know if they do or not, but they hold a lot. Well, what's going on in this pen? I turned the straw yesterday. All right. I got a cracked egg in here and 2 more good ones, and then I got 2 good ones in that one. So 5 eggs out of this pen today. Not the best in the world. Let's see what the blueberries look like. I need to pick them and get them inside. So let me come get my basket so I can gather the eggs and pick the blueberries. So this is supposed to be a 25-pound bag of feed. It says right there. But I got dirt stuff on it from the pins. As you see, I used a good bit of it. There might be another 10 or 12 pounds left in here. But that's going to be it. There's not any more. Let me see if y'all can see the blueberry. Okay, you can't. So I'm going to turn it so y'all can see me get the eggs in the blueberries. Checking the rain gauge while I'm over here. It's just a little bit above half an inch. And I didn't dump it yesterday. That means we didn't get hardly any today. We got a good amount of rain at work in town, but we didn't get much out here today. So, yeah, they're attacking that feeder like they haven't eaten a week, and even though it wasn't empty. But trust me, the chickens know that's not their normal feed. They know that's the high-dollar feed. Oh, yeah, ants all over this because there was a broke one in there. And there's a bluish green one. Ants all over it. All right, got the ants off. So I got 3, 6, 7 from over there today. So it'd been nice if I got 6 from over here and give me a dozen, but that's all right. I'm gonna take this broke one because it's broke pretty good. Throw it out there and let the chickens attack it. A lot of times if it's just cracked, I'll take it in the house and wipe it off and put it on the counter, and that's one of the ones I'll cook in the mornings. But all right, well, I'm getting the blueberries. Push. Sure. Mr. Greg, and I do appreciate you. Whoop, I just broke that piece loose. It works. I have. Ooh, I dropped one. The chickens usually beat me to it. I'm not gonna bend over and get it. They'll come get it in a second. But they usually when I come out and pick this time of year, the birds have pecked about a quarter or a third of them. Look, they ran straight to that thing. They get a big amount of the what seems to be keeping the birds away from my blueberries this year. And I'm absolutely loving that because I don't have near the blueberries that I did last year. It's nowhere near as many as I got last year. This is probably a third of what this bush had last year. But I don't normally take y'all and let you see me doing my chores because I haven't been using. Kind of got to have the phone close by me. Well, now with these microphones, if it's picking up this far away, I can do this. Done. And which seems to be pretty doggone good, honestly. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's a dark blue or if it's a little red, but today I'm picking the ones that I'm questioning just because I know we've had all this rain. Oh, I dropped another one. See, if it's really 100% ready, if you touch it, it'll fall off this bush. And those chickens are used to getting about a half a dozen from me, dropping them while I'm trying to pick. And they will hang out right up under my feet and say, hey, where's mine? And they'll get every one of them, y'all. Chickens eat anything that hits the ground. Not picky. They will eat anything that hits the ground. And if they don't like it, they'll stop. But they will at least attack it when it first hits the ground. Oh, bug in my ear. All right, let's see. There's a bunch of blueberries up in the middle today. And another one just hit the ground. I felt it roll and hit my shoe, and I felt the chicken get me. It was going after that blueberry. They're not going to let anything that hits the ground go to waste, I guarantee. Worst thing about blueberry bushes is you get a lot of little bitty limbs in there that don't have any leaves or anything on them. It's like last year limbs or something. And they get in your way of picking the rest of them. There's a few that could be picked. I always go around twice because standing. Ready. I'll get that one tomorrow. It ain't wanting to cooperate. Was trying to pick. That could go, but that's probably about a half a pint. This other bush only had about a dozen berries on it, and the birds got to me. So there's one blueberry left over here, and it's a little bit red. I'm gonna pick it anyway. So look at this apple tree, y'all. This apple tree is just as old as that one in the corner, about 10 years old. And every year it seems to just die back. See, this field, or very close to it, and it's got all these new shoots coming up, and the original's not doing anything. And I've already cut it back like that once because the original wasn't doing anything. These two apple trees are coming down this year. They're just not going to ever produce. So we don't get enough what they call frost hours, really cold hours a year. So those apple trees will produce. And my pear trees did extremely well when I had them before they got fire blight. And from my understanding, fire blight gets in your soil, and it's pretty much impossible to get completely rid of it. So, oh, there's the little kitten. Let me see if I can get it on camera for y'all. Y'all see him? That's the little kitten. Looks just like Louie right here. And last night, when I put some food in his bowl, he came up there and he let me get within 4 or 5 feet of him. He'd run off a little bit, but he didn't run away. So he's getting a little bit more tame. If I can hold on 1 second. All right, there we go, guys. So I got the camera on the tripod, and I'm walking out to the garden. Microphone's still on my chest, so that thing's doing really well. I haven't had it fall off not one time. The little furry top falls off, but the microphone stays. So the reason I'm wearing my fist scars, scissors that turn into a knife, let me show y'all. Look, I'll pick it up in a second. Look at this. Comes apart, and there's your knife. And then you can put it back together, and you've got scissors. And it also, the sheath that comes with it has a sharpener in it, so you can sharpen them. But look at this. This is one of the bigger tomato plants, and there's a little bitty tomato right there. And I already picked one off. A bug got it and had a pretty good, not hole, but like a sting wound, pretty big sting wound in it. So I picked it and threw it out. But all right, here's the second one. It's got blooms all over it. Some that are still coming. But I don't see any tomato hornworm damage. So that's good. No damage yet. All right, I have not looked, so y'all can look with me. Planted sweet cherry tomatoes in this bed, and look at there. I think that's a weed, but that's a tomato. And that's tomatoes. So this is day number 5. That's tomatoes. I've got some basil coming up right there too. Y'all see it? I got some more basil coming all down here. So day 5, with all this rain we've had, which is just barely over an inch for me, is really helping these plants grow. But let's see if any of the green beans came up here. I don't see anything through the first half. Look, there's one coming up right there. And that's the one that came up. I showed y'all in the last video that was curled up. And this one it didn't come up anymore, but it's there. So I've got 3 that have already broken the ground here on the green beans. That's good. Now let's check out just a regular old red cherry tomato. There's one right there. And this is all my compost. No store-bought stuff mixed in here, I don't think. There's another tomato. I got one right over there. Those 2 are weeds. That's probably a tomato. That, I'm not sure. But we've got some popping up. Now this bed is the one where the squash was at, the back side. If y'all look, that's where we are on this back bed. I planted basil and 2 cantaloupes. Look right there. Y'all see that on screen? Cantaloupe's coming up. And look right here. Cantaloupe's coming up. So the cantaloupe is already popping up, and I see little bitty stems of basil coming up. So this bed is all my organic compost, and it's doing well. Let's see about this one. It's got the soybean growing in it. All right, I've got little basil coming up because I know where I planted it. I planted across here, across there, and back over. So it's got some basil popping up in it. All right, here's the telltale. Strawberries. When I was a little boy, about 10 years old, we lived in a foster home in Tazewell, Georgia. They had a upright freezer on the back porch, covered porch area, and around. So they had a freezer back there, and I opened it up one day. It was hot in the summer, and I grabbed a strawberry out of that freezer, and I guess it had not frozen solid yet. It was kind of like ice crystals in it, but not frozen solid. I bit into that thing, and it was the most sour thing I ever put in my mouth, and I just haven't cared for strawberries since. But I'm going to grow these, and I'm going to eat these if they're good, which they should be. So let me flip around. Let's see if we got any coming up. Something, nope, that's not a plant. There's a little bitty right there, something coming up. There's several rows in here. There's something else coming up there. I planted in rows across long ways. So if they're coming up, guys, it's really, really hard for me to tell if it's a strawberry plant or just a weed. So they're going to have to get a little bigger to tell if it's strawberry, but there's either some weeds or some strawberries, and I can't tell which. So look how much darker green the cucumber has turned, and it's got new leaves popped out. This one's got a couple greener leaves than them yellow ones. So that fertilizer seems to be helping. Now, did it solve it 100%? Not yet, but it does seem to be helping. So, oh my goodness. All right, so I need to go inside. I've got to get some more of these little clips out of the house, and I'm going to stake up my tomatoes. There's a sucker in the middle right there. Pull it off. Another itty bitty one trying there. So I'm going to go, oh, that's a big sucker there. I'm going in the house and get me some more of the clips out, and we're going to clip this up a little bit higher, and this one, and do the same thing with a couple of these others, like this one's not clipped yet. Ooh, that plant's gotten quite a bit bigger since the rain. And this one here is not clipped yet, but it could be staked up. I could pull it over and put those clips on it. So yeah, this rain has helped. Looks like everything has shot up a little bit. Those mortgage lifter tomatoes right there, it's about 4 inches tall. I'm hoping it grows really well. I'm going to save seeds out of one of their tomatoes if it does. That's beefsteak, and this is Marzano, and this is another beefsteak. And here is the Japanese eggplant. Look how much it shot up with the rain. It's about 2 inches tall now. And this one is only about 1 inch tall, but it still looks good. So, all right. I am going to set y'all up. I know it's been a little bit longer video than normal. I'm at almost 23 minutes, but I'm going to set y'all up and let you watch me prune and tie up the zucchini and squash to this trellis system, because I want them growing up, not out sideways. So I'm fixing to go get my little clips and ties and get that done, and I'll bring y'all back when I get started. All right, guys, I got in the house, got my little clips, and the reason I went and got the clips instead of using the wire, one, it's going to be easier on the plant, but these things, some of them are already laying over. So I'm going to tie them up. I do not want them laying over. And they're young enough, and I got to make the clip bend though. There we go. They're young enough that I can force them to come up and go to the pole and grow up that pole. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to take and kind of hold one of the longer leaves up there. I think this one is longer, but I believe I'm going to get both those leaves in this one clip. All right, and let them stay up here running up that tree. And all the other ones that I don't want, I'm going to take my fiskars and cut them off. I do not want my squash and zucchini growing way out. I want them growing up. So I was thinking about this all afternoon while I was at work, I knew these two had laid over and were going to be an issue with me, that I was going to have to prune these back a bunch. So that's all right. I'd rather prune them back now while they're still trying to grow than fight with this mess later. So I'm going to do it this way. Whether it's the right way or not, I don't know. You guys can let me know, but I'm gonna make these plants grow up. That's all there is to it. I want them growing up this trellis instead of out a big old bush that I can't control and can't see the bugs when they get in them. So, woo, this one's got a ton of leaves. So this big old leaf here, I'm trying to be careful and not get any of the little blooms that are coming out on this thing. I don't want to take the blooms off. I just want to prune all these leaves back and allow this thing to grow up. So, all right. I'm going to cut that big one off at the bottom right there, and this other one. They got to go. Oop, I broke that one by accident. It was the one caught in the wire tie. All right, let's see if I can do anything with that. I just don't know. It's hard to see. I know that, guys. Y'all are kind of watching me and can't see nothing, because I can't see nothing. But I think I'm just going to snip them off too. I want them out of there. I want this plant growing up, not sideways. We are going to do our best to make this squash and zucchini grow up instead of sideways or out. So if I can do that, it's going to make my pest pressure lower and hopefully keep my plant alive longer so that I can get more fruit off of it, or more squash and zucchini. That's actually the fruit of the plant, is the squash and zucchini. So I knew I was going to have to prune these really hard because I hadn't pruned them in about 4 or 5 days, but that's okay. I'm not going to let them get away from me this time. If I got to prune them hard like this, I'm going to prune them hard. But let me pull this one up to here and put another one of these clips on it. Just about broke it then, but that's all right. All right, I got another clip left, but that little leaf needs to come off. There's still a few more that are small that I could take off, but all right. So I need to go to the other side. It's humid out here, guys. It's probably 70 to 80% humidity right now, especially after the rain we had today and yesterday. So let's see if we can get this one pruned up and growing up the trellis system. All right, I got 2 center leaves growing up. These others are coming off. I don't need them. I don't need them on that plant. I want this plant growing up. I want all its energy to go toward those center stems to run up this trellis system. And not be on extra leaves and such. So now this one's leaning away from the trellis, but not on the ground like the other. So I'm going to get it pushed over and get it clipped at the bottom. And then I'm going to snip a few leaves off that go around it. I'm getting the lower leaves, guys, if any of you are wondering, because I want the upper leaves to grow up. So that's what I'm doing, taking off the lower leaves. And when they get a little bigger, I'll trellis them or tie them back to the trellis. All right. This one, I don't know that I can get it up against the pole, so I'm going to use 2 of them and clip them together so that I've got something at the bottom holding it to make it come up. So let's see what leaves we can cut off. That one, that one. All right. I'm going to let the rest of them go till it gets a little bigger. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is grab the bigger weeds and just throw them out. All right, guys. I'm going to get over to the camera so I can aim it back up at me. Although I don't know why y'all want to see my ugly mug. All righty, that's it, guys. They're pruned. I pruned them hard. That's okay. They're in that growth stage. So I've got them with these little plastic clips. Let me show y'all one up close. So it just folds over like that and locks, and then you can unlock it. So when I did the 2 thing down there, flip it around backwards to the other one and clip them 2 together. And now this goes around my stake. This goes around my plant, so I can hold it up without being real close to the plant. And I'm going to put a few more on these tomatoes. Oh, I got sweat in my eyes, y'all. I apologize. But I'm going to put a few more on these tomatoes and pick up all my leaves and throw them in the compost pile over there and call it done for today. So I know, 35-minute video. I apologize. Whew. Yeah, it's definitely 70 to 80% humidity. But the mini greenhouse, I'm going to turn y'all around for a second and flip you back over. The mini greenhouse did great with the flaps lowered down like I've got them. So I don't see any issue with that. You know, slid the twist ties down the pole and let them ride. And it did good today. And we had quite a bit of wind earlier, so that's working out really good. All right, so I've got that thing set up to about 5'5", and I'm just barely, let's see, that's the top of the tripod. I'm a little bit taller, 4 or 5 inches maybe. But thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you coming along, kind of helping me learn and helping me share knowledge with other people that are wanting to get into raised bed gardening or gardening in general. It means a lot to me for the support you guys give me, and I can't thank you enough. So I'm gonna finish my tying up the tomatoes. I'm gonna clean up my cut limbs and throw them in the compost pile behind me right there. And if I remember, I'm gonna bring my drill out and drill some holes in it so that water will run out of it, and call it a day for today. So 9 hours at work and then come home and work about an hour outside, pretty much. If it was a little bit prettier, there's a lot more I could be doing. But either way, y'all see the seeds are coming up. I'm pleased with it. And we'll see y'all next time. Remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you. And so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. Grow some food. If this old man can do it, you can. See ya.